Okay, timestamp. It's August 11, 2025, about 5:30 p.m. We just got Janus back from the vet. They amputated the arm all the way to the shoulder. Kind of breaks my heart. It's got the scar, and you'll probably see it here in a bit. Almost reminds me of like the flux capacitor kind of thing. But I was told to pick up some paper litter, which never got that before, so got some of this stuff from the local pet supermarket. It's interesting looking. Looks almost like some kind of weird confetti powder, kind of weird. Apparently it will work better for an animal that's like has a wound that's open-ish, as far as not getting in there and causing may. So ooh, hello. That comes out rather well. Scrappy, I know you think you're helping, but trust me when I say you are in the way. So, if I'm making huge mistakes, I'm capturing it on film at least. My parents had a bunch of like beer trays that I'm guessing they were probably using for sorting and/or garage sales. Combine that with one of the bags we've been using for the litter robot. Here I can make a pretty disposable tray. I've got a few of them so I can cycle them out. But I put that in this crate full of cows. Scraps here really just not helping things. Hold on a sec. Alright, so I asked, thank you. I asked one of the techs there. I normally don't use real names, but on this one I am going to. Brittany. Huge shout out. You're an angel. Walking me through just back in the master bedroom here. Wow, tiny. I love what you've done with the place. That was sarcasm. So, good God. But Brittany is a cat person and has had a tripod cat before, as well as a bipod cat. I don't even want to know what's on this flooring here. True story. So that would be Kaiser. Yeah. He is 14. Tiny will be back tomorrow. Scrappy. He is 14, thereabouts, and is the son, one of the many, many progeny of my old lady cat that passed last year, who I had for 17 years. She was something else. Still miss her. One of those cats that I'll probably miss for a very long time, like my whole life, 17 years, that's a third of my life. Crazy when you think about that kind of thing. So, Brittany, I asked, was all set, paid out, ready to leave, and I stopped by her station, and she was like, is there anything else I could help you with? I'm like, well, two things. One, what's your name? Because you've been incredible, and I want to at least know what your name is. I'm weird about that sort of thing. She said, Brittany. And I said, yeah, I've never had a tripod cat. I've had dozens of cats over the years. what advice would you give me on this one? And she said, you want to make sure you have soft blanket, towel, squishy, because the first few days, as he gets used to it, he's still in the medication and all that, he's going to fall. He's going to fall a lot. She asked me, she's like, what's his living situation? Is he free ranging? I'm like, no, he's got like a German Shepherd sized crate. And she was like, oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. I'm like, yeah, he's got like his own little mini apartment in there. And she's like, oh yeah, no, that's exactly right. She said, make sure he's got something soft and squishy in there to lay on, and in case he falls, because he's gonna something to land on. So I'm gonna set this up. So, always looks like angelfish colors to me. It's kind of fun and festive. So, and it's very, very squishy. Okay, so got his little kingdom set up. I just opened the container, his carry case, because I don't want to try and stick my hands in there and force him to move around. Figure he'll move when he's ready. Oh. God knows he's already been beyond poked and prodded today. I don't want to add to the day's events for him in that respect. Exactly. Again, your timing. In other news, my dad is mostly recovered. They're planning on transferring him back to his the senior facility where he's at. So I've been getting regular phone call updates. And that's where every time I see one of those names flash across the screen, it's just like, oh God. You know what I mean? Is this going to be that call? But he's doing good. Allegedly. And they're getting him back in place tonight. He still wants to go home to see Mom, I was told. Which does make me wonder in what context. You know what I mean? Does he remember? And he's saying he wants to go home to see Mom? Or is he not remembering what's taken place and he wants to come to Leonardo Station to see Mom? Because other than some of the weirdness that Tiny and I have experienced and we're still not sure about, she's not here. You know. But again, dementia, so I don't know what he's thinking. So, there's that. So Tiny went home with Pix today. They're going to be working on some projects over at George. And it's just me and the fellas, so we may be getting some, couple kegs, some strippers, yeah, I'm all alone. I got a bunch of critters to keep me company. That's not an issue. I'm okay. I'm not planning on wearing my underwear and sliding around on the hardwood floor. Saw it in a movie once. I don't know. And I certainly won't be lip syncing. If I'm playing loud music, I'm singing along with it. If you're gonna do it, do it. Can't pick on him too much. He actually sang his own stuff in Rock of Ages, which is pretty impressive, frankly. But yeah, so Janus is going to stay in his little cat carrier I expect he's probably still recovering because, again, major surgery. I got a bag full of drugs they gave me. I got water in there for him, a litter box, something nice and squishy for him to lay on, fall on. I did not put any food in there though because that is going to be my main source of drugging him, frankly. So I've got like 3 or 4 different things that I've got to give him. Some of them are once a day, some of them are twice a day, every 12 kind of thing. And leading up to the surgery, I was able to do a lot of that through canned cat food. So, and I got a case the other day of like 30 cans, so I should still be pretty good for a few days. The worst situation there is I do get jealous looks from people. But ironically, humorously enough, Hex won't touch this stuff. He only does kibble. Weirdest cat I've ever owned. Doesn't do treats, doesn't do any of that. Kibble, that's it. I keep trying to give him other things just to see, hey, this is, chicken. And he just looks at me like I'm an idiot. Like, this is... How are the, instinct genetics not taking over? You should be ripping this out of my hand. And he wants to bury it. Hex might be an alien. We've talked about that. Jinx, however, when I open a can of cat food, Jinx, all the dogs, of course, stare at me like, where's mine? But Jinx definitely thinks that's for me, obviously, because I'm the only cat in the house. I mean, other than the other guy, but he doesn't do this stuff, so it must be for me. So I have been giving him portions of, and also minimizing the amount I give Janus assures me that he's actually gotten all the drugs in the system. So, because that can be a problem if you give him a huge can of cat food and you mix up the drugs really well. Well, if they only eat like a third of the can, how much of the dosage did they actually get? But yeah, he does have a cone of shame. I'm not gonna make fun of him. I'm really hoping we can become friends. I really am. He's definitely his own person, but he reminds me of Merlin, another cat I had a long time ago who was one of my best friends and brilliant. Merlin really was a wizard. He was... Let me tell you something about Merlin. I had one of those... These were a fashionable thing once upon a time. One of those disc-changing boom boxes. I could fit like 6 discs in it. If I had cranberries in there, he would go through the rotation. My hand to God. Go through the rotation and he knew how to move it forward and play. Fan of the Opera? No. Jekyll and Hyde? No. Stone Temple Pilots? No. Queen? No. Cranberries? Ah. And he would leave it on Cranberries and listen to the whole album, sit next to the boombox and rock his head. I'm not kidding about any of this stuff. He loved the Cranberries. Obviously, Zombie was a favorite of his. Of course, right? Rocked his head next to the speaker to the beat. Never seen that before or since. And if Cranberries weren't in there, he would just go through the rotation, stop it, and be disgusted and walk away. But he would stop on Cranberries. If it was the second disc, 6th disc, that was where his searching stopped, and he stopped and listened. Don't get it? Mind-blowing. And I did try other, other Irish type bands, whatnot, just to see if maybe, Stone Temple Pilots, U2, Just cranberries. I don't know. It was one of a kind. And I know that Janus is not Merlot. I am aware of that, and I don't hold him to that standard. They look similar. I mean, now, not as much. But, I don't know, something about him. I want to be his friend. I'm not going to give up on him. He's definitely got some adjusting to do. But he won't be in pain once the healing's done. That's what everybody there kept reminding me. He's definitely scarred. But I am too. So, okay. We can find our way together, you know? It's my philosophy on that. Anyway. Health-wise, I feel okay. Been a little, not manic, but on edge today just because with the dad shenanigans and even with Janus, I'm just like worrying about the other shoes. But just me, I'm going to be yawning a little bit because it's sports. It's very sporty to do that. I'm going to finish up the laundry that Tiny started, do some more laundry, do some dishes, probably do some eBay listings. I got a bunch of stuff kind of half prepped yesterday. I got lots of food prep already done, so I'll be mowing on that throughout the day. I don't really need to cook for myself because I already did. Made up a whole pan. I got another one of those like 6-pound drumstick things for $5. And my mom was big on the like Campbell's chicken gravy and stuff like that. So I baked up a huge 6-pound bag of drumsticks last night with some veg, marinated with the chicken gravy. That was my dinner last night. Tiny's breakfast, because I had dinner when Tiny had breakfast. We had chicken and vegetables. And that's okay because we had eggs and sausage the day before for dinner, you know. Thought that was kind of funny too. Did that for dinner and then breakfast, chicken and vegetables. Tradition? Who cares? But yeah, I'm good on the food aspect. I'm starting to feel a little peckish, so I might have a drumstick or two. There's like 10 in there. And I could live on meat. I like veg, but if 90% of my plate is meat, sounds great. Giant leg quarter and a baked potato. Okay. Sounds good. Maybe a pile of broccoli. Okay. As long as that leg quarter's huge, or, you know, give me 2 or 3. That's fine too. Kind of moving around just that little bit. Like he's experimenting with movement. Scar's pretty ugly, but you know, you can tell people whatever you want, man. I got this in Belfast. You know, whatever you want to do. It's fun. Make it bizarre, make it exciting. I don't know. Having True Lies flashbacks here. Cairo. Whew, that was a picnic. God rest him. Anyway. I'm going to sign up for now. Looking at my list. Actually, I already got a lot on my list done. I'm so proud of me. Trying to get back on track because I haven't been getting as much done as I needed to. but I'm starting to like find my groove again. And Pix is the same way. We were talking about it today. She's like, I'll get a couple things done, but I wanted to get 10, and I'll get 3. And it's like I've been in the same place for a week or two, where I'm making progress, but I know me, and that's way less than I should be getting done. But we're both starting to kind of come out of that funk or whatever. I don't even know what to call it. Well, we yawn again. Just for the fun of it. All right, I'll check in again later. Make it a great day.